Hey Taurus, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we take what works and we leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, check your other major placements. And as you can see, I'm on the road, so I have kind of a different environment. And it's a little bit funky to do this in a different environment. So we're just seeing what happens here. It might be a little different than the usual. I don't even know what usual is right now. Right? Nobody does. All right, what do we have for Taurus this week? We have a book that I'm not taking. All right, Taurus. What have we got? Okay. Got something jumped out here. And my camera's in a different place and everything's a little different here. All right. Oh, this is sweet. Of course, we have this very sweet card. We have two very young energies here. This is Flower Fairy. So you are, this is almost in reference to an angel or a spirit or somebody with you as you grow and as you open. Growing can be very scary. I've often wondered what it's like to be a flower and to crack open like that and have that sunlight coming in all of a sudden and opening up like that, you know? So as you go through some sort of transition like that, where you're opening up and the sunlight is coming in and it feels good, but it's also a little scary to grow like that. You've got a spirit with you or an ancestor or somebody with you that's helping you through this process. That's helping you here do this and is with you, bringing you comfort, almost holding your hand as you grow and sort of split open and become what you were meant to become. And then we have Lorelei here. So Lorelei is, this is an immature energy. She has a lot of power. So this can be someone in a situation that's very immature, emotionally immature, and has a lot of outsized power. They've uprooted this whole group here. They have the power of, in this card, they have the power of life and death. So they have like a lot of power. It's not very democratic. These people certainly did not vote to see if she was gonna up anchor them. So yeah, she's lifted up the anchor and she can do anything she wants from here. I mean, maybe her intention is pure and she just wants to play a little bit and have some fun, or maybe maybe her idea of play is going to be a little bit rough for these guys down here. So we have someone both helping you and assisting you as you crack open, and then we also have someone who is sort of a wild card. You don't know what they're going to do. You don't know how they're going to react or what. They have a lot of they're emotionally mature and they have a lot more control than you would like for someone of that maturity level to have in this situation. All right, Taurus. I just dropped a big chunk of the deck and the Lovers was on top. So that has to do with, you know, making choices, going with our heart, even though it doesn't, even though it's hard to explain and not necessarily the logical choice, having to decide between the logical choice and the heart-filled choice. Okay. All right, Taurus. This is your past. This is your present. This is your inner landscape. This is what's at issue, your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Fascinating. In your recent past, you have the sun, and maybe the sun is what's cracking open this flower, this thing you were meant to do. The sun is happiness, clarity. It's the happiest card in the deck, so you've just been experiencing some happiness. There's a lot of clarity here. It's a pretty simple, I want to say direct card, as the sun would be. It's sunshine. This is related to Leo. If we're doing, if that interests you at all, I don't tend to read the tarot, the astrological signs of the cards, but sometimes they pop out. So this one is popping out here to me. So there's a lot of growth, a lot of clarity, a lot of happiness, and I think this is you blooming and growing in your recent past. In your present situation, you have the Six of Wands. You have this parade-like vibe. So you've accomplished something. Something cool has been done and accomplished, and people are happy for you, celebrating with you. You have accomplished something. You're feeling very confident, very good, and your community supports you in this. And again, we're getting support off of this one too. So this is a card of your community supporting you as you move forward, as you accomplish things. And so that's something like that is going on in your environment. I don't think we're having a real parade. I do think that these protests are parades. They're based in the psychology of parades. I wrote a whole thesis for college on this, so it could have to do with that too. So your hopes and fears, your hope is to be the emperor, to be in charge of something, have this boss energy, to have the ball in your court, to come into a lot of confidence, to have control over the situation. And you may be afraid of someone else having control over the situation. You would really like to have control over the situation. This is very much, he's the Four Kings all at once. He has everything he needs. He's very strong-willed, very strong-headed, and the ball is in his court, and he's in charge of something. So that's what you're hoping for. Your mind's sort of set on that. What's at issue here is reversed Ace of Wands. So what's at issue is this new intuitive creative beginning not happening. So there may be, what do you call that? Writer's block. That was funny because I couldn't think. It's very much like writer's block. So so you might be experiencing some writer's block or some sort of creative block or some sort of block on your intuition, not really feeling as in touch with it as you normally do, which is funny because we have all of these great cards back here. We have the Sun, something really great happening, a lot of happiness, your community being happy for you, proud of you, supporting you in your successes as you become what you were meant to become. You know, really feeling like you want to be in control of a situation. And then we have, we didn't get the inspiration we were looking for. We didn't get the new start we wanted. We didn't get the inspiration, the inspiring, charismatic new start. There's no charisma here, which is funny because we have this parade. So you would think, but maybe it's not. There's some other aspect of the situation that's just not very exciting, or some writer's block, or whatever equivalent you have in your life of just that creative juice is really not flowing. But there's good news coming ahead. In your environment, you have the Fool. You have so many exuberant, happy cards. We have the Sun and the parade, and it just feels like a gorgeous summer day here. With lots of fun happening. But in your environment, you have the Fool. You have an opportunity presented where you can leap forward. I mean, sure, there's going to be some issues. So there's an opportunity presenting. Maybe you're just not feeling it. Here's the opportunity. It's jumping out at you to start a new beginning. We've got the Sun finally peeking out from behind these clouds. You can see where you're going. There's a precipice involved. There might be several, but you're excited to jump forward. Or maybe that's not how you're feeling, but that's something in your environment is a leap forward. Maybe someone started a new business, a relationship has started with a lot of exuberance, a trip with a lot of exuberance. Just something in your life has begun some sort of journey, some sort of maybe opening up, some sort of journey has begun with a lot of exuberance. Oh, and here we go. You want to be the one in charge. I feel like there's this immature energy, though, that is in charge. So this is why you're hoping to bring the stability and control to the situation, because somebody, and maybe it is you, somebody here has, somebody immature, emotionally immature, has a lot of control. And this Emperor card is all about who's in control and who's in charge. So you'd like it to be you. This person, no bueno, we don't need this person to be in charge right now. They may feel like they're just playing, what's the harm, but it's actually freaking a bunch of people out. It's not good for the situation. It's not good for the stability of the situation. It's not good for I mean, half these sailors are going to have heart attacks here is what it looks like in this card. So it's just, it's not a good, solid situation. And you're really looking for that mature control. This is the most mature sort of control. Not controlling. This guy is controlling in the reverse, but he's upright here. So you're really hoping for a controlled situation, a controlled, mature situation. Your environment is like a little bit of mature too. This Fool card. This could be your Fool right here. There's somebody or something here that wants to leap forward, up anchor, and go, move. So there could be some fast moving, impulsive seeming energy around you. And that's exactly what I'm getting from this card too. The Fool is typically a happier card, or like, yeah, it's okay to go ahead even though there are risks. But mixed with this Lorelei card, I think that there might be some rash leaping forward that's maybe not all the way thought out, which you would prefer with the Emperor card. In your to-do list, the energy you're supposed to be coming into is this very balanced, this is Libra energy, this very balanced, fair, clear, wise energy. That's where you need to come in, or you need to bring some justice to a situation. If you've been wronged, you need to bring that justice into that situation, and you need to bring very clear communication, very balanced, measured. A lot of this vibe right here, this balanced, measured, in control vibe. But here we have you bringing it in, being fair to all parties, including yourself, and finding diplomatic solutions. You know, oftentimes a judge or a justice system needs to weigh all the sides and come together with a situation, with a result. I mean, unless someone's really awful, they're usually going to try to find you a compromise. That's what the justice system prefers, except in criminal justice. But so finding some sort of compromise, finding some, being able to see it from several different angles, several different sides, thinking about what's best for everyone involved. You know, that's not always the case. That's not always what we do. But there are situations in which we do need to be thinking about what's best, and because it's just going to be more expedient that way. It's just going to work out better, and there'll be a lot less fighting if we can come to some balanced agreements and some compromises. But we're only going to come to that with some very clear, honest communication, and bringing our wisdom. So that's the energy you're being called into. Water. And then what I really like is where you're going here is this well. So this deck has a couple extra cards, which are sort of less familiar, but the well here, I'm getting used to it, is going back to the source. It's very spiritual renewal. This Ace of Wands, this creative, charismatic new beginning that you were looking for, the quick new beginning that your environment says you want, you don't actually want that. Here you are, though, you're getting re-inspired. So what you're lacking, the inspiration you're lacking here, you get, you go back to some sort of source. So what is our source? What is our well? Where do we feel replenished? I am at the beach. I feel very replenished at the beach. I feel like relaxed, and then I can move forward. I feel renewed. And that's where you're going. That's where she's at. She's at the beach. She's on a cliff here looking out at the horizon. So it's a source of renewal. It's the original source, your spiritual, your place of most spiritual renewal, refilling your cup. So when you come into this justice here, this energy of being fair, being clear, being very clear-minded with very clear communication, when you come into that energy, it does something to the situation where you feel renewed and you feel refreshed, almost like the rain has come in and washed off, you know, all the vomit off the sidewalk in front of the bar, and it's totally refreshed now, and it doesn't smell every time you walk by it. Sort of like that, but internal and spiritual. So I feel like I sullied this card by bringing in the vomit on the street. So let's find another analogy. Yeah, this will be like the rains coming through and clearing out the smog, the rains coming through and making those skies very blue again, and you're feeling refreshed. This is like jumping into the lake or something, and sort of a baptism, and then you come out renewed and growing, and sort of, I feel like the flower opening must feel like a bit of a baptism to the flower. Just this, I don't know. I know that metaphor doesn't make sense logically, but it makes sense feelingly. So anyway, some sort of renewal, some sort of baptism into inspiration and getting back to this feeling, this sunshine here, and feeling inspired and ready to move forward and excited about next steps. But you got to bring that justice energy, that fairness, that clarity, and that wisdom into this situation to regain the controlled aspects from this sort of really unsteady emotional energy right here. All right, Taurus, so I hope that was helpful for you. I do so like your likes, comments, and subscribes. And yeah, I like your likes, comments, and subscribes. I like interacting with you guys on YouTube. And so yeah, and they also raise the visibility of the channel too. So thanks for watching. Have a wonderful week.